partial government shutdown is now stretching into its second week with no meeting scheduled before the new year. Well, drivers on Austin roads didn't get nearly as many traffic tickets this year as they did last year.
Good news for drivers.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this midday. Well, we are still feeling the effects of a stormy Friday night as area dams opened their floodgates. An Austin priest is out of jail this morning and facing a misdemeanor charge after allegedly groping a hospice patient. Heavy fog is to blame for a huge pileup on State Highway 130 in Travis County. News Molly Oak is live outside of the San Marcos Fire Station where police held a press conference this morning. Good morning, Molly. Well, security at mosques all across the U.S. is heightened today following a deadly terror attack in New Zealand. Right now, millions of Americans are bracing for some icy mess in the Midwest. As ABC's Alex Bettis shows us, they're in the path of heavy snow, drenching rain, and ice. A lot of people very nervous about a possible shortage over a very popular green fruit. And it is Monday, December 31st. And I feel like we should point out, Ashley, that we did not plan this, you guys. We're just that good. Now, Brian and I both have our picks.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and start with mine just so that you don't say yours and then it happens to be the same. You guys hear mine first.
You think I'm copying you? Okay.
Weekend bet fans are excited. I'm super excited. Just look at the UT Tower where it's orange this morning for the 2019 Sugar Bowl champs. Sure looks beautiful. KVUE Sports Director Mike Barnes joins us now from New Orleans this morning. He's had a long night. And Mike, a lot of people counted the Longhorns out. They didn't think they could do it. Welcome back, guys. Well, May is here, and it is officially National Moving Month. And if you're moving and looking for some extra assistance, Jared Wise with the Better Business Bureau is here with some tips on how to keep your move running smoothly. You know, lawmakers are back to work for their 140-day session, and with a new speaker coming in. A while ago, we asked you why you were up early today, and most of you, it looks like you say that you are early birds just like us. Well, everyone deals with pain differently, and one former U.S. Marine has found a unique way to work through his own. Not a pill or a shot, it's actually nitrous oxide, which some of you might know as laughing gas. Doctors assured me, though, women will not get the giggles from this. Well, it is the beginning of flu season, and there are plenty of tips on social media to avoid getting sick. Live look outside at downtown Austin. You can see it is bright and sunny out there. It's a nice turnaround from how things were looking yesterday, but there's a chance for some rain this week. A new sport that a Central Texas school is adding to the roster, how you could get a scholarship for playing video games. Scientists at UT are trying to find out why some people cheat on their partners. People living in Williamson County celebrated another travel option last week while doing great things in the face of adversity. ABC's Robin Roberts has a look back at some of the people who made a big difference in 2018. From downtown Austin, where runners would usually be getting ready, but if you're just now waking up, I want to let you know the CAP 10K race has been canceled this morning because of the weather. Taking a live look at that video, you can see rain hasn't come down just yet, but you can see organizers are taking down the banners. This is the first time in that race's history. It's obviously a very huge Austin tradition. First time in its history that it's been canceled. There are a lot of people disappointed this morning, of course, because there's a lot of training that leads up to this big race, one of the biggest in the country, certainly one of the biggest in the state. But of course, for safety reasons, going to have to shut things down this morning as that rain and that weather comes through our area.
Absolutely, Leslie, and we will definitely be seeing why over the next.
Well, a Central Texas officer is recovering this midday after a deadly officer-involved shooting. It happened in Burnett earlier today. KVUE's Kayla Norwood explains what led up to that incident. And right now, more deputies in Williamson County are patrolling synagogues to keep everyone safe and tackle hate. This comes after a white supremacist or members of a neo-Nazi group glued a propaganda poster on one of the synagogues in the county. That's according to a tweet shared by Sheriff Robert Chody yesterday. Right now, it is not known what exactly was written on that poster. And it's an issue that continues to get worse across our city, homelessness. So we see families standing under bridges, living near creeks and tunnels, or waiting in line at the shelter. And it's only getting worse. There are 2,225 homeless people here in Travis County. That's up 5% from last year. And that number is a result from this year's point and time count when hundreds of volunteers combed through the streets to figure out the scope of the problem. City leaders say they're worried about the number growing.
More people is not better. And it means we need to redouble our efforts and that this is a significant challenge.
But city leaders say there was some good news that we saw out of this year's count. The number of homeless veterans and young adults has dropped. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside at downtown Austin now. Some good and bad news if you're headed out for lunch here soon. The good news is it feels nice and warm outside, but some of you may need your allergy medicine. I feel my nose tingling just talking about it. So let's go ahead and get a look at that pollen count with Storm Team meteorologist Nathan Gogo.
Yeah, we talk so much about how nice it is outside, and it is, but those who suffer from oak pollen, not so much. Yesterday was the highest count we've seen all year, and today just behind it, over 800 grains per cubic meter of oak. Grass also on the high count of 33 grains per cubic meter, so not great for those who suffer, especially from oak pollen. Unfortunately, through the weekend, not looking too much better. We'll see high counts through Saturday and Sunday still elevated in the medium category. Typically, as we move through mid-April, oak spikes to the top, but we're already seeing that in late March. So I think things will only get probably about the same as they are now through April and then get better as we move through May and June. The oh-so animated Jay Wallace now gives us a deeper look into what makes people so sick during the allergy season. Here's Jay.
And if you do have issues, don't feel ashamed if you have to.
Bless you. Can always count on Jay to have fun while learning something, even if it's something as miserable as allergies. Well, it looks like efforts to stop invasive zebra mussels from spreading into more Texas lakes are working. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department reports none of those animals have been found in any new lakes in Texas. As of this month, 15 bodies of water are infested, including Lakes Travis and Austin. Those mussels were linked to smelly water problems that plagued parts of Austin earlier this year. I'm sure you all remember that. And with the weather heating up, boating is bound to get more popular. So remember, the best way to keep zebra mussels to a minimum is to rinse off your boats. And there's a new fight erupting on Capitol Hill this midday over Obamacare. The Justice Department is calling on the Affordable Care Act to be repealed. As ABC's Tara Palmieri explains, now the White House is asking congressional Republicans to act. Texas has more uninsured people per capita than anywhere else in the U.S. And if you're one of them, you may be missing out on vital screenings that could save your life. So this weekend, an area hospital is giving you the chance to see a doctor without paying a dime. Happening this Saturday, Seton Medical Center Hayes and Kyle is opening its doors to folks needing medical care and advice at no charge. Services will include vision screenings, dental checkups, mammograms, and other tests. The event is being put on by Ascension Seton. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Fausta Mesa says the number of uninsured patients in the area is high, so they want to welcome in as many people as needed this weekend.
Our team will be ready for you. We'll be here bright and early. We'll have great instructions for everyone. We plan to take care of you in a very personalized fashion. It doesn't matter if you have insurance, so please come and we'll welcome you to our campus.
More than 40 volunteer doctors and nurses will be providing the services on a first-come, first-served basis Saturday morning. It's going to start at 8 a.m. and run through 3 p.m. Relief from those annoying robocalls, the new app that could help some of you block them, and how your DNA could determine if you have a happy or unhappy marriage.